What's up, nerds? Welcome to a very special episode. Friends, planeswalkers, weird little goblin guys that are lurking in the back, I see you. We are gathered here today to pay our respects to the cardboard legends who walked so Baneslayer Angel could fly. This is not a funeral. This is a celebration of simplicity, of symmetry, of summoning a creature and knowing exactly what it does. Today we honor the vanilla creatures. Nothing but flavor text, no abilities, no mercy. Let's begin. Grizzly Bears. You weren't just a creature, you were a concept. You were 2/2 for 2. A little green friend who asked for nothing, gave it his all, and died to a lightning bolt like a champ. We didn't just play you, we respected you. You were the metric, the yardstick. The grizzly bear test was real, and you were the answer. Sure, today's creatures make you look like a draft-chapped antique, but you still live rent-free in our hearts and in every core set tutorial from 1993 to 2005. Rest easy, 2-mana treasure. May your forest always have room for one more fuzzy buddy. Ah, Mons Goblin Raiders. The first to charge, the first to die, the first to say, hey guys, maybe we can win with sure enthusiasm. A 1/1 for 1. No abilities, no finesse, just raw, shirtless goblin rage. But here's the thing. You had a name. You weren't just Goblin Raider, you were Mons Goblin Raider. You had lore, you had purpose. You belonged to a guy named Mons. That was prestige in the 90s. You were weak, but iconic, like a drummer in a punk band who couldn't keep tempo but still got his face on a t-shirt. Farewell, Raiders. You never made a dent in the metagame, but you left a crater in our nostalgia. Now we're heating up. Scathe Zombies. 3 mana for a 2/2. That's rough, buddy. You shambled onto the battlefield with all the swagger of a creature who clearly didn't know how outclassed he was. Like showing up in a modern table in tap shoes and a paper helmet. But you had a name. Scathe. It sounded threatening, dangerous, until you realized you were there just to chump block the crawl worm. And yet, there's something admirable about your mediocrity. You never pretended to be more than you were. You were a body, a one-theme, extremely average body. Sleep well, Scathe. You died as you lived, and then relived, because you're zombies. Overcosted and underwhelming. Okay, now we're talking. Savannah Lions. Let's get serious. You were the truth. 1 mana, 2 power, the first real aggressive 1-drop. You were White's aggro shining star, the original face puncher, the Zoodex MVP. You weren't just a lion, you were the lion, the apex predator of the pre-keyworded wilderness. When people cracked you in a pack of revives, they built decks around you. Nowadays, creatures do backflips and make tokens and gain life while drawing cards. But you just hit things. Hard, early, often. You weren't flashy. You were efficient. And you were proud of it. Long live the king. We've got to talk about the Pearled Unicorn next. 3 mana for a 2/2. Again, we weren't that picky back then. You were delicate, enigmatic. You had vibes. And you were a unicorn, which meant we kept you around long after we should have stopped pretending you were playable. Because fantasy, right? Your art was gorgeous. Your presence, magical. You were the Lisa Frank sticker on the battlefield, and honestly, we needed that. Rest in pastel glitter, Pearled Unicorn. You never charged, but you enchanted us. Oh, who can forget the Gray Ogre? Her name became a slur. When people wanted to say a card was underwhelming, they called it a Gray Ogre. 3 mana, 2 power, 2 toughness, no upside, no spin, no dreams. You were the dad bod of red creatures, the card we drafted because we needed curve filler, not joy. But you were the baseline, the bottom line, the please don't let my opponent play Sarah Angel contingency plan. You were never great, but you were always there. And honestly, that kind of reliability deserves respect. It gets me right in the feels. We got to talk about the Hill Giant, the everyman, the middle manager, the unremarkable brute who did his job and clocked out without complaint. 4 mana, 3 power, 3 toughness. You weren't exciting, but you were solid. You were the curve topper in a starter deck, the 5th pick of a bad draft, the creature equivalent of a slightly warm cafeteria burrito. You weren't good, but you were filling. You looked like you'd lift barrels for fun and shout at clouds for sport. And when you hit the field, people knew, well, that's a card. Rest well, Big Red. You didn't crush cities, but you always crushed expectations. To all the others, the draft chaff, the bulk bin heroes, the faces we saw in 15 card boosters and never quite appreciated enough. We remember you because it wasn't about what you did. It was about who you were.
Up in horsey heaven, here's a thing.
So the next time you're thumbing through your collection, stop and appreciate a vanilla creature. Just a name, a mana cost, and some numbers. Because in a world now filled with triggers, abilities, and exile shenanigans, well, sometimes the most beautiful thing a creature can do is absolutely nothing. Hey, thanks for coming to the Cardboard Funeral. Make sure to hit a like button if you played any of these classics back in the day. Comment below with your favorite old school vanilla creatures. Maybe the one that had the best flavor text to fill that big empty box at the bottom of the card. I want to hear the weirdest ones that you loved, unironically. Don't forget to subscribe for more nostalgic magic mayhem. And remember, if it has no rules text, it still has soul. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. We'll see you soon. Have a great week.